Peekaboo, 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 peekaboo. I've been debating whether or not to use this hat. But I love the color. I love the deep green. The deep green. The deep green. GnosticAnachronism. I'm going to see if I can get away with a couple of things here. First of all, that's going to bother me if I don't correct it. Get back. You get back. Yeah, that's right. Hello? 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 Define anachronism. Anachronism. Anachronistic. Anachronistic. Containing an anachronism. In a wrong time. Anachronistic. Anachronistic. So we established earlier today, class. Listen, Doctor, we established earlier in the day that Satan is a broken clock, and God being the grand watchmaker, having your clock synced with the grand watchmaker is the way. That is the way. But my life over the past 5 years has not reflected synchrony. Synchrony, is that a word? Let me see if there's another way of doing this. I think. Am I doing it wrong? I am. I'm all out of. Ooh-wee. I chose to wage war on a very real entity. I chose in 2020, not knowing, I chose to wage war on the enemy of God, personally, as an individual, to wage spiritual warfare against the most powerful entity in Earth. So far, it's kind of a wash. We're entering our sixth year. Which means they took Mistral. Oh no, they didn't. I was gonna shit on them. My children. I love my children. All my children. I love my children. This is for you. Wage war. Rage against the dying of the light. I am gonna type words and each one I enter, you define, please. Let's start with synchrony. Is that even a word? Is synchrony even a word? Synchrony refers to the state or condition of being synchronous. Synchrony. Synchrony can be used to describe events or actions that happen simultaneously or in harmony. Oh, Lord in heaven. Somehow in the battle against evil, in the battle against Satan, the F slur. Who is an F slur? You just say it. Just walk around. Next time you're at church, actually, stand up and say, I swear to God, I'll give you 5 N-words. I'll trade you 5 N-words. If you go to church, you stand up and you say, Satan is a faggot. And just see what happens. See if your pastor and your congregation are possessed and don't know what to do, or if they cheer and say, yeah, fuck that fucking motherfucker. Fuck that nigger. Satan is a nigger faggot. Just say it. If anybody gets upset that you're insulting Satan, ask them to explain why. Say, oh, is Satan your friend? No, you're just not supposed to use those words. Why? Because they're mean. Oh, they're mean words? What are you saying? They're insults? Are they really bad insults? Yeah. Wouldn't you use bad words to insult your enemy? Or especially possibly the enemy of God? What do you think? How's that working out for you? I just don't think you should be using those words. Not even to insult the enemy of God. Well, I watch him melt like the witch. I don't know what to say now. And get awkwardly flee the conversation. Those words are bad words. Satan is a faggot fucking nigger. Satan is a faggot. Say it loud and proud. Until that fucking freak goes back under the rock and we can continue living in a peaceful society, as was the case pretty much prior to Trump. Those were the days. And I'm not saying he has any fucking thing to do with it. I'm saying that the splintering shards, I'm not saying we can even go back in time. What I am saying is that the splintering shards of segregation and schism the schism began. Schism refers to a division or split, often within an organization, group, or community, which results in the formation of separate factions or parties. The term is commonly used in various contexts such as religion, politics. In politics, a schism can describe a significant division within a political party or movement, often leading to the formation of new parties or factions. Okay. The schism of the American Project began in 2015, and I think we could all probably peg the moment that the freaky, creepy, fucking crawly, because before, even if you hated Obama, even if in your private life, in your private, secret, under the rock, in the swamps of Lone Jack, Missouri, even if in the murder lake where you hide all the bodies and feed them to the fish. Even there, if you were like, I hate that nigger, Obama, na mama, na baba, na bama, na. The times we were living in, the way that the public sphere of consciousness functioned is you could look reliably at the television, at the leader of the free world, and have confidence that they were intelligent enough to speak, to elocute. They were intelligent enough to elocute. To elocute means to speak or express oneself in a clear, effective, and persuasive manner. The term is derived from the Latin word elocutio, which refers to the style or manner of speaking or writing. Elocution involves not only the choice of words, but also the delivery, including pronunciation, intonation, and gestures. It is often associated with public speaking, acting, and other forms of oral communication where effective expression is crucial. In 2015, the leader of the free world was exceedingly skilled, regardless of what you think about policies or politics and all the evil shit, and I guarantee you that nigga's no better in terms of not fucking shit. Fucking Epstein's Island shit. Maybe. I don't fucking know. Who knows? Why? Because Satan hides everything in the darkness. Freaky Freemasonic secret societies control everything, and we don't fucking know. We don't know if he was picked, if the first black president was picked in 1966, whenever he was born. Who knows? I do remember, and I very much appreciate the fact that he was well-spoken. Say whatever the fuck you want to say. I loved that. There was confidence. I remember confidence in the American, even like confidence in terms of Occupy Wall Street. Who he played a role in that, but you could go. We had organic protests. Now, I was thinking about synchronization, synchronous things. Synchronization and synchronous things. And I wanted to... Shit. Did I mean to do that? I wanted to talk about a little trip down memory lane. Wanted to speak about a little trip down memory lane. And I don't know what's gonna get me there. Yeah. Let's see if this does it. What's he doing? There was, at the even though the asynchronous nature of my mind being attuned to God versus Satan or somewhere in between, whatever the fuck, on August 2nd, 2019, at the age of 26, Mark David Avery, a resident of Lawrence, Kansas, passed away. His memorial services, yada yada, Rumsey Yost, I remember I went. Funny little synchronous thing. I ended up living right next to that funeral parlor. And funeral parlors probably have a lot of involvement and information pertaining to mafia-related shit. I'm just the logos. I just talk. That's all I do. I talk. I say things. Well, shut them up. Go fuck yourself, Satan. There were similar sense apparati. Can I say apparati? Apparatuses, like the plural? Yeah, apparati. The same sense-making apparati were at play, were tingling around the death of Mark Avery, a former coworker of mine. Mark Avery, around the time he passed away. First of all, I remember him because of me being the type of person who has deep personal conversations with people, and I always have had many deep personal conversations with Mark. And I got him mushrooms. I don't remember who gave them to me, but it was around the time that he died. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to the satanic pressure stuff, there's similar, and I'm going to say names here if I can remember them. If I can remember the names, his girlfriend's name is Lacey. And why is it that whenever there's something like this, there's a girlfriend involved? Like it's never like just a single guy. Whenever I'm recalling or recounting these experiences in my life, there's some love story that's really close to it. I remember being privy to the I was tuned in kind of to the gossip. It's gossip going around. I remember feeling and actually vocalizing. I was like, you kids, like, because they're about my age, a little younger than me, but at the same time, I was a little bit older, I was like, you kids and your polyamorous shit. There was polyamorous experimentation going on. Polyamory. It's basically exploring the possibility of breaking someone's heart. Is really what you're toying with, is fucking with love and bonds and connections. Whenever you invite the satanic concept of polyamory, it's a satanic concept. Now, maybe there was a point in history when humans were polyamorous and could handle it because the situation was different. Like as hunter-gatherer societies, like it was more utilitarian and therefore more ingrained in the mental and spiritual substrate. That is a possibility that people have spoken about, including Terrence McKenna. But in terms of like emotional, like the emotional psycho-spiritual components of polyamorous behaviors in the present day, I personally feel like you're playing with fire in the exact same way that you're picking up the pieces of glowing coal and you're maybe not. I don't know. I do know that Mark had his heart broken. The official story is that he had his heart broken and he took his own life. That is the official story. That is the narrative that is imbued in the minds of everyone, okay? However, and again, because I'm speculating on all these things, I'm speculating on all these moments of intensity where I had, at the time, I didn't know how to trust myself. I didn't know I had no idea. It was moments of intensity where I'm like, is that right? Is that real? Like, I'm questioning the veracity of stories as they're being told. There was a guy. Sorry, dude. Sorry. There's a guy named Ron who worked at Merchants at the time. He was involved in the little Trish. Is it a tryst? Tryst? What's the word I'm looking for? A secret meeting, often between lovers. Yes. He was involved in the having sex with Mark's girlfriend. He was proximate. It was a proximity thing, and then there was drama surrounding whether or not, had he done that, would this have happened, yada yada. And perhaps that whole story goes the way it does. I'm not trying to cause harm to anybody. What I'm speculating about is my own experience with the subject. And I guess what I'm asking, because I remember going out, it was surrounding the time. It was almost immediately afterwards. It was actually like 1 or 2 days after Mark died. And I think even before the funeral, it was between his death and the funeral, I went, because I considered Ron, the same way that I find ways into befriending people who are capable of having complicated conversations. And Ron was a philosophizing dude. And I had an appreciation for his skill and his attempt at the mastery of the skill of rhetoric and conversation and philosophizing. And if what I'm suggesting or hinting at here is unworthy of being spoken, then I do apologize. But there was something about the intensity of, and maybe there was an intensity. I remember talking about it with somebody where I was like, I felt as though I was going over to speak to Ron to try to convince him and persuade him from doing what Mark had done because of the depth of guilt that he felt or whatever. And I felt as though I was trying to talk him out of it or something. But that was the reason I was like, oh no, Ron's feeling this intense feeling. I need to go talk to him and maybe save him from a bad choice, terrible choice. But then there's also the other. So when I'm looking back, like other scandalous things, like, and I'm only going to say this, and then I'm going to move on to something completely different. There was a tornado warning. This was previously. This was a day when it was myself, Jackie, a very a guest that there was somebody who so I think I was managing. I was managing, and because there was a tornado warning, I was freaking out because my children were somewhere in the path of the tornado. And I had no consciousness about their well-being, and I was trying to get responses from people and making sure everyone was okay. And I was visibly upset about my children. And everything ended up in Lawrence. Everything ended up being okay. The tornado went south and then traveled from southern Lawrence up north to Linwood. I think it leveled Linwood, actually, and mangled a highway sign. And then my kids ended up being okay and all that stuff. Well, we closed the restaurant. Kicked everybody out. Had to fucking say. The funny thing about that was that the alarms are going off. Like, the tornado sirens are going off, and there's wind blowing, and it's raining. And people are like, "You guys still open? I'm gonna come in for a beer." And for me, I was like, in my mind, I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Go home or something." But everybody else was just calm, like so calm that it was, I don't know. It should, I don't know. I was toying with wondering about my children and wondering what to do about all the guests who were still in the fucking restaurant, and whether or not we should walk them to the safe, like put them in the fucking, like, okay, now the tornado sirens are going off, everybody let's get up and go in the fucking bathrooms so we don't die, or just wait until one of those giant windows fucking came shattering or something. Wasn't 100% on that. And Jackie was there, and I think she was doing a good job taking the motherly position and like really just taking the mind of everything's going to be fine. And she was correct to do that. She was more stable-minded, I think, in that respect. But it is logically, like, I don't know if she could envision the potential catastrophe. And that's why, like, to my mind, like, that's probably why she was so calm. Like, it's just some tornado sirens. Oh, it's just some wind and some rain outside. And that was it. And for me, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I've seen tornadoes. I know what they can do. And these windows are huge and could kill people. Maybe we should get these people now up. At the very least, to avoid a lawsuit. Anyway, none of that story has anything to do with what happened afterwards. So everything calmed down. The restaurant was closed. Me and Ron are sitting across from each other, rolling silverware to finish out the day. And we got into an argument because I was arguing something, and I remember very specifically, I think Ron probably remembers this too, I called him a psychopath. I was like, we got to a point in a philosophical discussion where I was saying that it's absurd for a person not to feel or to behave or to feel in a certain way as you're describing. I don't remember the details. It might have been something to do with the tornado. It might have been like, what if somebody died, or what if blah, 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 blah. And I was like, you don't think that it's psychopathic to not have a sense of empathy for people who are passing, like who have passed away? So it was something to that effect. If I'm bungling it, I do apologize. But it is now only in retrospect, like having the experiences that I've been through for the past 5 years, and pondering, reformatting, and reframing my entire life because of, as a consequence of, literally brushing up against not just death, because I've encountered death many times. This is why I hate Satan so much. the Lord of Death. This is why I fucking hate it. Death and chaos. Hate. So passionately. It isn't just that, like, brushing up against that shit again. It's having the eye, the ability to see the agents of chaos. Having the ability at every moment of my living, breathing existence, not just to look, to scan my periphery and see who has their time spirit, their zeitgeist. No, that wouldn't be it. Their geist, the spirit. Their is a German word that translates to spirit or mind. Their every human I look at, every single individual. So if you're watching this and you somehow interact with me in real life, know that I can see it. I've always been able to, but now I fully understand it. And I don't know what to fucking do about it. The intensity with which a human soul or spirit or mind resonates on a frequency that is more attuned to, let's say, 6 rather than 7. Actually, let's do a different one. How does a base 60 numerical system work? In, like, I wish I could say in layman's terms, but it should be simple, because if base 10 times 6, right? Is it? So base 60 is, each digit can represent a value from 0 to 59. This is similar to how the decimal system. Each digit can represent a value from 0 to 9. Each digit, positional notation. The value of a digit depends on its position. The rightmost position represents units, ones. The next position represents 60s. The next represents 60 squared. And so on. Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus, that's more complicated. So 1 through... Examples. Converting decimal to base 60. To convert a decimal number 3600 to base 60, divide 3600 divided by 60 equals 60 with a remainder of 0. 60 divided by 60 equals 1 with a remainder of 0. So 3600 in base 60 is represented as 1, 0, 0. Whoa. The sexagesimal system is used in measuring time. There are 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour. In angles, in geometry, in trigonometry, angles are measured in degrees, minutes, and seconds, where each degree is divided into 60 minutes, each minute into 60 seconds. Geographical coordinates, yada, yada, yada. So the base 60, in summary, the base 60 numerical system is a powerful and historically significant system that is still in use today for specific applications, particularly in timekeeping and angular measurements. Time and space. Base 60. 666. Six. What is 666 in base 60? What is 666? How do you write it? So 666 in base 60 is 11,6, or 9/11 upside down. Now, do I have to start getting into fucking all this stuff now? I don't have time. I want to make cartoons, god damn it. (9/11) upside down is 666 in base 60. Who knew that? Wasn't I talking about Ron? So the conversation with Ron and the mini conversation. So he had a similar. He had similar traits. He exhibited similar personality traits, not just in his stubbornness in terms of having zero empathy or whatever. Not even really caring that he may have caused. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he felt bad or not. I don't know. I do know that it's a part of the story. Because the possibility that Ron killed him, yeah, I'm an ideas man. But like, now that I'm looking back on all these suicides, quote unquote suicides in my life, and having been hunted by the CIA and the FBI for posting an image of George Floyd with a noose around his neck in Lawrence, Kansas, I'm open to all possibilities. Like their behavior has altered my perception such that I am reframing and reformatting my entire reality. And I have to. It's like discovering that you were adopted. Like, I mean, there's believability. There's, even if you think that I'm just making shit up, even if like your position is like, oh, this guy's really got quite the imagination, even though so many fucking things can be proven. So many things there's a fucking physical record for. Like, he's got quite the imagination to put all these details into these specific factual things. Like, I just looked up Mark Avery. That dude did die. Like, my memory about all the things that can be factually proven, for which there are court documents, many physical documents that I still am in possession of. Regardless of whether or not the criminals of Douglas County have torched their records, which, by the way, how the fuck does that even work? Who the fuck knows what criminals can get up to? And who the fuck knows who cares? Not who knows who cares. Not like who cares, who knows, comma, whatever. I mean, how is it possible to understand who it is that actually gives a shit? Is it possible to understand who is left in this dying world that actually has a modicum of moral integrity to say something, to seek the truth, and to find and establish justice? Oh, all the people who would care are participating in fake protests. They got you. They fucking got you. Haha! Got him! Yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go. I fucking love the color. I wish I had a hat. I wish the colors of these hats were real life colors. Were like actual, like that they could exist. The only way they appear on camera this way is because of the digital settings of the camera itself, and the sensor and all that. Like, if they could do that. See, I could change, like, what? The amount of light. Can you make it glow? Make it glow. It's not a green hat. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows what? I'm telling you. I'm fucking telling you. Ask this guy why he hates God. Why? Why do you hate God? Maybe. We'll see. Let's see if he gives me any... See if he gives me any, shit. He called me his best friend in the bathroom the other day. He's one of the gang stalkers. He's a stupid fucking idiot. They're all dumb. Very low IQ. No. Thought so. I was hoping he'd come up and say something. Like, why do you hate God? And they just torch a salamander in front of him. Hey, why do you hate God? Squeak! Take a snake and just fucking beat the shit out of it. Like, just make a belt out of a snake right in front of him. Like, why do you hate God? Okay. Is that all? Base 60. My children. What's going to happen if I do this? What will happen? What will happen if I do this, Doctor? What a funny guy. Baby breath. Baby breath. Does it actually smell like baby breath, though? I always thought baby breath smelled like milk. Like mother's milk. Plus baby. Oh, I don't get to scroll Facebook? Oh man. Oh. Why doesn't Facebook work for poor little old me? What's going to happen when I go out into the world and befriend a detective? What are you fucking people, what are you Satanists going to do when I start focusing on some of the stored away ideas that I have, like the fact that Austin has a local access television program that gets preserved? You could go, it gets aired on public television, you pay a fee, host it, but public access TV still works, it's still functional in Austin, Texas. What are you fucking people gonna do? What are you gonna do? I suggest what you do is not only the right thing, just contact me with a fucking offer. I go out. How many local jurisdictions in Texas are there? How many can I find? Call on the phone and say, hey, you're a detective. You must believe in seeking truth. You would have to be. Like, how many people take up the position of being a law enforcement detective, an investigator, purely for the money? Or purely because the mob is paying them? I'm sure there's some percentage of them. Of course. Probably the detective in Cass County who conveniently ignored whatever anomalies that crime scene showed of Buddy Benson's death. But how many do you think? How many do you think? What if they all received a message simultaneously? What if hundreds of detectives nationwide or worldwide, people whose minds are geared towards solving crimes, simultaneously received a message with a bunch of details about how to solve a series of crimes? What if? What would you do? What would you do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What can you do? I still believe, I still have hope. I still have hope. And yes, it's true, Satan is a faggot. Say it in church. Don't be a pussy. Don't be a fucking pussy. I was thinking about changing that to not just word person, but spell checker. Like spell breaker, but spell checker. Because it's about breaking spells. I gotta think on that one. Word person, spell checker, spell breaker. The George Floyd psyop was a spell. I broke that shit. Fucking Satanists. Fucking kill yourselves, you fucking Satanists. No, what I wanted to, since I put I love my children. Let's see what. Yeah, you still have all that. You still have William and his dad, William Joseph Bridgman and his father. You still have the image in the court documents of the image that I posted. Me and my family, little me right here, the only dude. Those are my 3 sisters. Actually, you know what's funny? Those are my 2 cousins and my sister. But you know what's funny? This cousin here is not even genetically related to me. And she didn't find out until she was like 12 years old. I come from a weird, fucked up background. And I think that there's the possibility exists that this satanic, like, quasi poor people preying on poor people, foster system breaking the families apart, court system Satan shit has been going on for a while. I mean, I'm not saying that all women who lie about how they got pregnant are a part of the satanic scheme. I'm not saying that. But my uncle didn't like, it was a whole fucking thing. Like, her father's a gay dude. A gay dude. How does that work? Sorry, Shannon. I'm sorry. Now you know he's bisexual and that gay people don't exist. Let's be honest. Whoop, 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 whoop. And of course, that hot piece of ass. That hot piece of ass. Right here. Look at that fucking hot piece of ass. Let him cook. What are the odds? Because I made a post just prior to that. I made a post about letting me cook. And then, like, 3 days later, the White House posted, let him cook. See, this is what I gotta get back in. This. It's this. And and the thing is, I'm going to develop these characters, but they're going to be humanoid, but they're going to be high gloss. They're going to be humanoid, low poly, high gloss. I can do it, and I can do it fairly easy. I think I can make like a 3 or 4 minute cartoon in about a month. It would probably take me around a month to do, to like start to finish. And I already have the first in my head. I've got the first probably 10 seconds. I don't know how the story goes. The story's still waiting for the rest of the story. I don't know it. Come on, idea guys. But it would be considered a pilot episode of a grand fucking mythos, like Rick and Morty, or something. Because I could make a short one, like a really short, completely unrelated, like something that's just not, like the premise is just really basic, like this guy on YouTube who does commentary, social commentary, and he obviously is connected because he has voice actors from like Rick and Morty. Dave something. The one I watched today was of the Charmin bears, the blue toilet paper bears. It's like, all we do is wipe our ass. Oh, I wanted to go to college. You wipe your bare ass. That's what we do. And they're using what he uses is it's the same technology that. So what they're doing is they're filming real people. This real life film shit, and they're doing an animation process that is the same as what Linklater used in A Scanner Darkly and in I forget his name, and I'm gonna stop talking about it. But I gotta get back. You gotta go back. See, I'm so fucked up, I don't even know where my fucking glasses are. You see what happens, Larry? Uh-oh. Oh, they're on my fucking head. Does it look like me? You know what? I could... if I did the, if I made, a bearded homeless guy, if I made him a bearded homeless guy, I could probably hide a bunch of vertices. Because the problem I'm going to have with this shit is using this machine to do it. This broken CIA, butt-fucked by the CIA faggots machine that was capable of producing stuff like this not that long ago before they fucked it. No, but I wanted to, I wanted to see what I had in terms of my kids. This is how I remember them. I don't have. So like the fucked up thing is like they're assuming again they're still alive, and that William Joseph Prettyman and Kara Gully haven't sold them into slavery or filled their heads with tranny nonsense and caused them to chop off their private parts or take fucking disgusting Jewish medicine to grow their fucking bodies into morbid mockeries of the human figure. Assuming none of that has happened, this is how I remember them. It's like a future version of that, of hanging out at McDonald's with your cousin. And yes, I was a beerboard artist. These are beerboards for Merchant's Pub and Play. The picture taken was on my coffee table. This is a picture from my personal coffee table. Man, I miss beer. Man, I miss drinking beer. Oh, it's time to go. It's been an hour. Okay.